All right. If you feel like your team members are not as bought into your business as you are, in this episode, I'm going to talk about how to be a leader and not just a boss, so that way everybody on the team gets bought into the mission. There's a couple things that we can do right off the bat that I'm going to cover very quickly. The first one is how you're holding your team meetings. If you have even one person on your team, you need to be having weekly team meetings. If you're not, that's step one. Start scheduling team meetings. Okay. Now, the structure of your team meetings is really going to vary on who's there, what they're doing, like what the purpose of the meeting is, all that kind of stuff. But you essentially want to give everybody a chance to speak. And we're not speaking about how was your weekend, okay? That's not business talk. That's not what you're paying them for, right? Like, I'm assuming that they get paid either hourly or on retainer. So any time that they spend with you in your business is money out of your pocket. So save the how was your weekend stuff for like the Facebook message or something, right? When we're doing our team meetings, they're going to have a strict structure to them. You can even have an outline and hand it out to everybody through email or whatever channel that you use. So that way they have it ahead of time so they know like this is what we're going over. You want them concise. You want them to not drown on forever and ever and ever because, you know, time is something that you really need to be conscious of, right? And if they see that there's a structure, they're going to be more apt to like, thank goodness we're not wasting time just droning on about nothing when we could have, you know, been doing actual work, right? One of the most important things when you're switching from like dictator boss mode over to leadership mode is we're going from telling to teaching. Okay. So instead of just telling everybody what they're supposed to do constantly, right? We ask questions, right? That's what teachers do. They ask questions. So if someone's like, I'm not quite sure what to do for X, Y, and Z scenario, or, hey, what do you think we should do for your promotion this week or this month or whatever? And your job is to say, I don't know. What do you think we should do, right? Those are different things that you can do within team meetings just to make sure, like if you're talking about social media, the person that's in charge of social media is the one in charge of that topic, right? If you're talking about admin stuff or sales, like the people that were hired to do those things are the people that are taking over those bullet points. They're talking about what's working, what's not working, what should be changed, what's going on currently, right? The people that are in charge of those things are the ones that are in charge of that space. So bullet point A is social media manager takes over bullet point A. You're just there to listen and make sure nothing's like completely off and that they're actually doing their job, okay? The other thing that you need to be doing on these calls is making sure that you understand exactly where everybody's going. Are they working together or are they working against each other, right? So once they go through all these steps, you can kind of tell like, I don't think the social media manager and the admin kind of have things together, right? If there's something they're supposed to be doing together. And that's where you step in and say, hey guys, how can we kind of work together on this to make sure X, Y, and Z takes over? You're not the one supposed to be saying, I need you to do this, this, and that, right? Let them figure things out so that way they feel like they're actually a part of the decisions and a part of the business, okay? The other thing that you can do to make sure that your team members are totally bought into your business is hold individual check-ins. It can be once a month. It can be twice a month. It really depends on the team member that you have and what you have going on. I like the once a month. 15 minutes is all you need to schedule, right? And these are super, super important because you really do learn a lot about your team member and the path that they want to go. And you'll be able to see rather quickly how much they're involved in your business. Okay. So we always start these, I call it like, I know there's other names for it, but I call it like a sandwich of love, right? So you start the meetings with like, hey, I see you're doing these amazing, wonderful, sparkly things. We're really super proud of you. We're really happy about the work that you're doing. These things are great. Once you're finished with that, if there's something you see that could use improvement on, then you move into that spot. And you don't just go with like, you really suck at X, Y, and Z. It's like, hey, this particular thing that we're in charge of is kind of falling behind. So like, could you talk me through like what you might need help with on that? Or what's the deal with blah, 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 blah. It has to fit your personality, okay? So if your personality isn't like very, calm and naturey, if you have more of like a blunt energy, then you have to be a little bit more blunt, right? But as long as we're sandwiching, then we'll be okay. So, and then when we're done, you say again, like, listen, I just want to reiterate, like, you're doing amazing work. We really do appreciate you. We're glad that you're here. We don't want you to go anywhere, whatever it is that you're going to say. And then once that's finished, ask them if they have any feedback for you. This is a super, super, super important part, right? You've given them praise. You've talked about things that could be fixed, and you've given them more praise. And now you want to know, like, hey, is there anything in particular that I could do differently? Or is there anything in particular in the business as a whole that you see that might be able to use some improvement? And see what they say, right? Leave it open. Let them know, like, no harm, no foul. I want to grow this business. I want to make it the best it can be. You'll see things different than I see things. Do you have any feedback for me? Right? How did you like this call? How does this work? Right? Is this working for you? Is there anything else that we can do? Blah, 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 blah. How are the meetings going? How's your particular work going? Whatever it is, right? Ask them to give you feedback on the business and on you as well, because that's going to open a door for them to feel safe. And if you want to be a leader and not just a boss, the people on your team have to feel safe, right? And when you're asking them if there's anything that they see that can improve your business, you're allowing them to be a part of the solution, which also allows them to become more involved in the mission and being bought into your business, right? We have to also recognize the team members' achievements, okay? So if they had a goal that they wanted to hit and hit the goal, great. Like, we're more than just the bottom line. We're more than just the numbers. Okay. So anything, just celebrate it. I know when I used to work for clients, I would get flowers on my birthday or a card for an anniversary or something like that. Right. And we do the same things for our clients. So let's treat our team members the same way. Let them know that you really do care about them. You're there for the milestones and all that other kind of stuff. And if it's stuff within the business, right? If they were struggling with something and they figured it out, or someone went off on a limb and did something on their own that helped the business, acknowledge that stuff publicly, not just you sending them an email, right? Let them feel special. Let them know that they're actually a part of the things that are going on, okay? And lead by example. Don't just say it once and expect everybody to buy in right away. You have to be the first one to tackle difficult tasks and then make them teaching moments. You have to be the first one to maintain the high standards. And then if it falters, say, hey, I wasn't doing X, Y, and Z, that's my bad, right? You're the one that's demonstrating the work ethic and what's expected. And when they see you doing all those things, they will fall in while we're still doing the individual team meetings, making sure we know why they're here in our business, making sure we know like why they decided to work with this particular company and what they want to gain from it, right? Maybe you have a contractor that wants to become an employee, or maybe you have an employee that wants more hours, or, what is it? Why are they there? Are they feeding their family? Are they financing their life? Like, do they like to travel a lot? Like, what is it that they're there for? And remind them of those things. And make their goals kind of set more towards that. Okay. Look, leadership isn't just about authority. It's about bringing out the best in other people. We want to foster growth. We want to build trust. We want to celebrate all the little milestones and the purpose of the team that we have. When you lead instead of just manage, your team is going to see that and they're going to feel that. And then they're going to want to work towards success as well, because your business is going to feel like home for them. Okay. And that's super, super, super important. Real quick, before you go, I want to give you something for free. I have helped hundreds of women go from hustle to harmony and achieve this beautiful, beautiful balance within their business and their lives. And I want to help you too. So if you click the link below, you can grab a copy of the Balanced 10 Hours Action Plan. It's going to help you control your life, control your time, and take back everything that you feel like you might have lost in your business.